Hi there, this is Darren from Treasure Life Family Farms, and today we're working on our grow chamber. Alright, let me tell you a little bit about what we've already got going here. We're using 1.5 inch rigid foam to build this whole thing. We're 8 feet, we're closer to 10 feet wide, you know, going down there. We're 2 feet deep and we're 8 feet tall. And what we have is, we sort of knew that we wanted to do both chambers of this thing when we started building it. I've got this door in the way, so I'm going to move it out of the way. But this is the door. It's 4 feet wide, 6 feet tall. It just sits into place. Let me move it out of the way here so I can show you the whole deal here. Okay, and so we knew we wanted to do at least 2 chambers worth here when we built this. And so there's a divider in the center. And we actually used and proved out the left side of this last year. And we have this grow rack that we just had sitting out in the basement, so we made this chamber big enough to hold this thing. And then what that lets us do is to put seed trays in there with the seeds, and then up at the top we got a 500 watt light over here. Got some cobwebs in here. That kicks on when it's below the indicated temperature. We've got our temperature probe here. That's off an Inkbird. I'll show you that in a second. And then we've got a circulation fan there and an exhaust fan here. So the Inkbird controls this exhaust fan and it controls the light. And then the circulation fan runs continuously. So that's how that works. Circulation fan on this one is just going down the wall, and it comes out the bottom, so the air is continually in a loop to make sure that the temperature is kind of even everywhere. And so we can put our seed trays in here. These lights are adjustable. I'm not sure how much they get adjusted during the season, but they are adjustable. You want them close to the plants, not so you don't get leggy plants. And then on the outside over here we have Inkbird. And it's all off right now because we're not growing anything, but the Inkbird controls the lamp on the heating side and the exhaust fan on the cooling side. And so that lets us set the Inkbird to say 82 degrees or 95 degrees or whatever degrees. And this thing just sits here and loops air in a circle. We didn't have the same rack to build the second side, and the second side is what we're actually working on today. So we got this, it's just a shelving rack, I think off Walmart or somewhere, and we're gonna hang this light up top and make that our 500 watt lamp. That'll warm this one. And then we've got just a Broan bathroom exhaust fan with a little bit of tubing that'll pump the air to the bottom. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go make hangers for, we've got some 4-foot lights. We're going to hang them in here just below these railings. And we will end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 usable shelves in here that can all support the lighting and the we have another door already built for here. We've got to put the handles on it. We've got to put the closing mechanisms. But the other thing we have to do today is mount an exhaust fan on the side over here so that this Inkbird can also do exhaust. We've got all the parts and stuff, so we're pretty well ready to go. Maybe we'll give you a few updates as we work on this today, but that's what we're out to build, and then we're going to be ready to grow all the plants. So, all right, stay tuned. All right, we got our work done here, I guess. We put a piece of wood on the back on these ones. I think I had fender washers and bolts on the other one, but just put screws into wood. Our seam is pretty tight right here, so far I haven't put the little wood things to help latch the door, and that's fine. On this one, those lights in there they run a lot hotter than the other ones we have, so I put a couple of air holes for cold air in on the bottom there. And now let me get this door slide out of the way. So here's what it looks like when we're done. That's with all the lights on. We took the we had these lights, we were using them over on tables before, but now they're in here, and I just hung them like this. We get 4 seed trays on each shelf, 4 shelves, so we can do 16 in here, I guess. Let's see. Each light has its own switch, turn it on and off. We put the, you see this? There's the probe for the Inkbird. Run it over to there. Hopefully that's a representative spot for it. And so this is how we're going to sprout and grow seedlings for tomatoes and flowers and bell peppers and hot peppers, and this is how it all happens. Let me show you the Inkbird setup. Down around here. Alright, so the cabling is not concise at all yet, but basically I've got a extension cord coming in. Inkbird's plugged in. The circulation fan is this one. And all of, no, circulation fan is this one, sorry. This is a power strip for all the lights, the middle one. So now the lights are independent in there. The fan always runs for circulation as long as we're using the chamber. Up here, this is our little exhaust fan, so when cooling is on, that's running, which is what's on right now. And I think I showed inside. Well, I'll show you when I turn it on. I'll show the Inkbird app too. So right now, here's our Inkbird app. And we've got it set for a set value of 77, and it's on cooling because the actual is 84. If we turn our actual or our expected up to, let's go to 92, hit confirm, cooling goes off, our fan went off, and our heating came on. Right now for heating we've got this, let's see, can you see it? Oh, there it is. It's a chicken grow light with a 500 watt bulb in it. So that comes on. The air is still circulating through the Broan tubing down to the bottom, so it's just blowing top air to the bottom. And it will go until it says our expected is 92. Our actual is 83, so it'll leave that light on and sit there and try to work that out until it gets it. Now, we take our Inkbird app, put our expected value back to 76, let's call it. I'm going to show up here. And just change it to 76. Now the cooling just came on. So this is how this all works. And then so we've got this chamber's now basically ready to go. This chamber was ready to go last year, so it's only a 3-shelf unit, but all good. And our Inkbird's over here. Our Inkbird just happens to be off because we're not using it. And now that I know the other end works, we'll unplug all that too. But pretty cool. We can do hundreds of little plant starts in here now at a time. And the key to this is that we can do them at different settings and temperatures, because some of the flowers that she does need 72, and some of the tomatoes and stuff need more, higher. So we can plan for that. Probably end up putting the stuff that needs more heat down on this end, just because these lights burn hotter, and the cooler stuff on the other end. But realistically, we can do either one on either end. So really cool. The other thing to mention is each kind of plants gets a different setup. So some will have heat mats with trays right on them. Some will have heat mats with those racks on it, and then the tray on top of the rack, so there's just a hair of distance in there. But otherwise, you know, they all can go in here and they can grow, and we will show you that. That'll be on videos this spring, so stay tuned for that. But there's our grow chamber project for today.